My wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom, I welcome you to Skolante TV, where we bring to you news that concerns the restoration of Biafra and freedom all over the world. In this video, I will be bringing to you PM's speech, opening speech on the X space, where he addressed a lot of concerns concerning the self-referendum that is ongoing. But before I dive into it, let me quickly welcome back to my channel those of you that have been following my videos, and if you're new, I welcome you and urge you to do well to like, subscribe, press that bell icon so that anytime I upload a video, you'll be well notified, and also you can share it as well.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, fellow Biafrans, depending on where you are listening from. I welcome all of you this evening to this X space, where we are giving update on the ongoing self-referendum of Biafra. I want to thank Biafrans in the homeland who so far from the day one and the second day has demonstrated their readiness and indeed that they are hungry for freedom. The percentage of votes that we have received so far, Biafrans in the homeland are taking the lead. That is actually very surprising, because we were expecting that those in the homeland will have challenges, while the Biafrans in diaspora, who have access to the internet, who have access to telephone, laptop, and all that, will be doing the magic. The reverse has become the case. Of course, we have a long way to go. We know that. We have many time and enough time. But because of the history we are making, we were expecting that by now, almost everybody in diaspora would have participated in the voting. But the Biafra land is in the lead. That is very encouraging. We know that those in diaspora will have no problem in voting, and many probably are just helping those they can help before they will finally cast their vote. We want this number to start coming as early as possible. And this evening, we will focus on why this referendum is very, very important. The most important thing in our life today is this self-referendum. We are making this history, and we will write this history by ourselves. We will make this history, write the history, tell the story by ourselves. What we are doing now is where there is nothing, we put something there. Biafrans are known for their innovative nature. A lot of history has been made by people, by human beings like you and I. Those histories become the foundation of many international law that guide the universe. Somebody has to take a bold step to make something out of nothing. Somebody have to get up and create something innovative, and become innovative, create something, and it comes to existence. You don't sit down and begin to wait for people to bring solutions to your problem. We have waited for long. We have waited for ages. We have paid biggest price of one Nigeria. We have been killed. We have been murdered. We have been butchered by Nigeria-sponsored terrorists in uniforms. We have been annihilated almost by the Nigeria Islamic State. And all we do is to complain, and nobody cares about what happened to us. This has been ongoing for many decades and many ages. And each time you will complain and look for helper, and nobody comes. Today, we have the solution. The worst part of this evil entity called Nigeria is that when you talk, they tell you, go to the National Assembly. When they know actually that Nigeria has been restructured, that National Assembly can never favor you. But ordinarily, it should be a place where the amendment to the law of Nigeria for the benefit of everybody who believes in Nigeria should have been. But because they know it is a very, very dangerous diversity, and it has been restructured to favor the Islamic State, they will tell you, hold your representative responsible, hold your politicians responsible. The politician they are telling you to hold responsible has been caged, and they knew how they have caged them. They tell you hold them responsible. Once you do that, and they react in accordance to the will of the people, they will put one allegation on their head: corruption. And before you know it, the person will be struggling inside prison. Before you know it, everybody will desert the person. It has happened to many, many people, and those criminals that are now representing them in Biafran land has learned their lesson from what happened to others. So they are easily and ready to dance to their tone. Because they know that these criminals who call themselves politicians are ready to dance to their tone, they will always tell you, complain to them. When you complain to them, they want to preserve their status in Nigeria. They want to save their own dignity if they have any. They want to save their own wealth, ill-gotten wealth, and they will put everything aside. They tell you it is not possible. Only when they will be seeing what other people are doing in other regions. That is it, but it is not possible because they are not representing your interest. Another funny story they tell you is that, oh, you're asking for a referendum. There is no referendum in Nigeria Constitution. And you want to live without the possibility of referendum in your Constitution? They say, oh, you have people in the National Assembly, let somebody raise the emotion. They know that when somebody raises that emotion, the person will be assassinated. If he's not assassinated, they will render him useless. So nobody dare to raise such motion in the National Assembly. They tell you, oh, it is not in the Constitution. Why would you not have it in the Constitution? Because it was deliberate act, a deliberate act on the evil entity. But today, we have outsmarted them. The same Nigeria do not understand that in the Charter of Africa, the Charter of, is it the ECOWAS Charter also on human rights, the Article 21, gave that particular right for self-determination. And you can't have a self-determination when you do not have the opportunity for people to choose how they want to live their life with that particular article on self-determination. And because they know that a day like will come when Nigerians, those who find themselves in Nigeria area, will be tired and sick. So they think that by removing referendum in Constitution, they have outsmarted everybody. Come and do referendum now. Today, we are doing it, and we have outsmarted them. And I want every one of you to understand that Biafra government is a legitimate government in exile. Legitimate government in exile. It didn't start from us. We are not the first people who have government in exile. The only thing is that we know the right of the government in exile. And that right is what we are exercising to the fullest. Many people don't understand the right of government in exile. We do. I personally understand the right of government in exile. And every right of government in exile, I am going to practice. I am going to make sure that that right is used for the interest of Biafra liberation. I will even invent another right on top of the government in exile, because Nigeria, as a complex country, a very dangerous country, requires a very complex solution. So, what we are doing today, and what I am doing today as the Prime Minister of Biafra, is to make sure that I use every mechanism, both known to international law and those that nobody has ever used, to make sure that I dissolve Nigeria for the restoration of Biafra. And it is going to work. And after this mechanism have worked, and Biafra have been declared, restored, many people who wish to have their freedom will also adopt this particular mechanism we are using today, and it will work for them. So when they tell you who have done it before, tell them, if nobody have done it before, we are doing it now. Ask them, have you seen a nation where there is no provision for people to have their democratic right? Have you seen any country where you have a constitution and they know a solution to a futuristic crisis, and they know that the solution could be to have a clause for referendum in the constitution, and they remove it? Tell them, have you seen a country like that? So we will devise a means of solution to our own peculiar problem which we are facing today. And that solution, we have found the solution, we've discovered the solution, and we are applying it to our problems, and it is solving it. It is very, very important that you participate in this referendum that is ongoing. We have had the sit at home for the past 2.5 years, and it will continue. We want to incorporate this sit at home to this referendum. It is gradual thing, step by step. You know, when we were doing all those things from the beginning, a lot of people don't understand what we are doing. Today, when we were telling you that in February we are going to start voting, they didn't believe us. They thought it was a joke. We are waiting. February 1st is coming now. Let's see how they are going to conduct referendum in exile. We want to see how you want to conduct referendum in exile. Is it not happening today? Do you know how nations, developed nations, where most of you are living today, do you know how they conduct what we call survey in order to implement policies in the different government? Do you understand? Do you know that? Do you know that every country in Europe, every country in Schengen state, before they enact a law, they have what they call survey. Survey is done using the same mechanism of our self-referendum today. They conduct survey. And the result of that survey is what they are going to use to begin to amend their law, amend their policies for the interest of their citizens. In Finland, before anything is changed, they conduct survey. And that survey is the opinion of the people. Opinion of the people is the only thing that matters. Most of these small-scale businesses, especially in cities, in counties, when you begin to make a law or a policy to develop your counties, you have to then consult the small-scale business owners. What we are going to do, how do you think it can affect the GDP of this county? How can we do it to make sure that the environment, the city is business friendly? How do we do it so that people can patronize your businesses and you can pay tax to the city and the GDP of the city can rise to what it was last year? How do we make this happen? If we build more parking space, do you think it will bring more people to shop in this city? If we build more underground parking spaces, do you think it will boost your businesses, your sales in this city? If that is going to help, let us build more parking spaces. Because many people in a developed country, they want to go to shopping in a place they can easily park their car, go to shopping, come back, have access to the car, and go back to their homes. Many people want to go in a city where the transportation is very clear. You don't need to look for which bus I'm going to enter, which train, which tram I'm going to enter. Everything is easy. The more easy it is, the more patronizing you will get. You will get more people to patronize your city. And the more people you get in your city, the more income the small-scale business owners will earn. The more income they earn, the more tax they pay to your city. This is simple arithmetic. And by doing that, you are developing and building the economy of your state. From there, from state, from county to state level, from state level, from district to county, from county to state level, and to national. This is how progress are made in these countries where some of you live today. And because we are in the system and we have learned how it works, just like the glimpse I'm just giving to you now. That is exactly what we are doing today. So every decision that the government in any county is going to take, the opinion of the residents, the opinion of the citizens must be taken into consideration. But in Africa, I'm not even talking Africa, in Nigeria, it is not like that. But in Biafra, it is going to be like that. The opportunity is here before you. Once we have reasonable numbers of votes, you think we are expecting to get 20 million? Who they look for 20 million? Once we have a reasonable number of votes, that's it. That's it. It is going to be scale. The scale of people that voted in the general election. With everything, resources they have gathered, only 4 million people voted in the entire South, and Southeast. So who is looking for 20 million? But I want to have it in order to shake the world with what we're going to do. I'm just giving you a simple logic. How many people voted in the last general election? Less than 5 million people. Less than 5 million. So let us have 2 million and you see what will happen. I will stop the voting. I'm telling you. And this is something that I am expecting that, boom, we need to start seeing this number rolling. Because election and referendum is something that people are very reluctant. Even in an independent state, where you are going to ask the opinion of the people, of the citizen, there are people who will still not go out and vote. You can imagine in a country of the so-called 200 million people, over 200 million people, how many votes did you hear them announce in the last general election? How many people voted during the presidential election? Is it up to 20 million? How many million did the they assigned to the criminal in Aso Rock? Was it not 10 million? How many votes was the second person? Was it not 7 or so? How many votes did Obi get? Obi get 5 million or 6 million altogether. So when you calculate them all together, how many people voted? Apart from the 200 and something million people. And then put it into scale of preferences. How many percent? We know what we are doing. We will tell these people that the brain of Biafrans and the brain of those piloting this movement is ahead, 1,000 years ahead of them. And we are writing this history by ourselves, our own history. Nobody will write it for us. What we do today, what we decide to do today, become our history. And what we decide to do today, become our law. How we want it, whatever we decide to do today, become our policy. And we are doing it. Nobody is going to impose their policy or their law on us. Whatever that is going to make Biafra exit Nigeria become our policy, and we are going to adopt it. Whatever that is going to make Nigeria to suffer for what they have done to us become our measures. That's exactly what we're applying. Every mechanism that will crush Nigeria and crash the economy of Nigeria, we are adopting those mechanisms. So forget all the distraction here and there. We don't need them. They will come, they will cry, but we will remain focused and silent. Remember that when we started the Biafra Republic government in exile, they laughed at us. As I'm talking to you today, there are many politicians in Nigeria who are, mocking the government. Oh, you people are in exile now, stay in exile, because they don't know what is government in exile. These are idiots. These are fools who don't even know anything about international law, who don't know anything about policies. That's why they don't even know what is rule of engagement. They kill their own citizens. The citizens they should protect. And they brag about it. Today, they never ever believe that Biafrans will rise up and take a position and make decisions that are tough. And many tougher decisions are coming because we just started now. We have opened the gate of hell on Nigeria. They can never survive the insecurity until Biafra declaration. They will never ever survive the insecurity. The insecurity will spread across Nigeria. Everywhere will be on fire. Because the country that kills its own citizen has invited a very ruthless resistance. This insecurity can never stop. Rather, it is called the festival of fire. Everywhere. Many people say we should take the war to Nigeria. I look at them and I laugh. What you don't know is bigger than you. Should they want to fight in Biafra land? Every arsenal is in Biafra land. All right. We are waiting for them to start using it. For the past 2.5 years, thousands of terrorists have come in the name of military. They will come and they will die. But before 2022, every single thing that happened in Biafra land will get killed. We go to the street, we get killed. We stay in the road, we get killed. We go to the checkpoint, you get killed. Every single thing you do as a Biafran, you get killed. They even arrest those who wear Biafran flag and stuff like that and molest them. Today, we are not going to the streets to protest. We don't need to protest. Protest can never give you freedom. Going to the street and start constituting nuisance can never give you freedom. And that's why immediately we came on board, we stopped everything street protest. This rubbish. Nobody listening to you. They only see you as a tout. Today, we have a better way to protest. The better way is arm yourself, and when they come, you fight each other. Who overpower each other become the winner. And today, we are overpowering them in every attempt they have made. This overpowering will continue because we are just starting. From weekend going forward, from last weekend, the gate of hell has been opened on Nigeria. And I employed all of you, the Biafra people in the homeland, to remain focused, security conscious. Make sure that as many as possible, you help people as many as possible to participate in the voting. We want to keep this terrorist Nigeria busy while the voting goes on. They will see insecurity that they have created. Everywhere in Nigeria will be burning. That is what they have done to themselves. So Biafra people, please enjoy the voting in the comfort of your shops, comfort of your zone, of your home, comfort of your school, your working place, anywhere you are in Biafra land, pick up your phone and vote. While you are doing that and laughing, things will be happening all over Nigeria.
Yeah, man, thank you very much. I salute your courage for everything you've been doing. I respect you. You said something very striking. You said a country where in their constitution it was intentional. They didn't include anything referendum because they know one day a day like this will come. So they didn't include anything referendum in their constitution so that people will not, everybody will be camped in that slave camp. Nobody will have any option to want to leave. And what do we do? Like you said, what do we do? Should us fold our hands, our arms, and stay in the union that we're not supposed to be in? We have to do, like in your previous broadcast, you said, we have to make our own history. Other people have made their own history. We have to make our own history. Just like this referendum we are doing now. Russia conducted a referendum in the Donbas area, the region, the Russian-speaking region in Ukraine. They already conducted their own referendum over there. Since the UN is playing politics, they don't want to conduct referendum in that region so that the Russian-speaking Russians can leave Ukraine. They conducted their own referendum. So we have to create our own history, our own path to history, which other people will learn from, which is what you're doing. So I'm just trying to rephrase what you've said so that people that didn't listen to the broadcast, they will learn. Because people keep saying, referendum is not in the constitution. Why do you guys want to go ahead and do a referendum? We have to create our own history. And like you said, if they said they are not okay with our own referendum, then let the UN come and conduct their own supervised referendum. That is just all I want to contribute to our PM. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for you understand it very, very well, very, very clear. And that is the message that every one of you here should carry and spread it. And let it go to every cranny of Biafra, including those who believe in what we are doing and those who do not believe in what we are doing. This is the topic and this is the message for everybody to be broadcasting going forward until further notice. Nothing else. Nothing else. This is just it. Thank you.
Please, Truth TV, please take the microphone, 60 seconds, please.
Good evening, fellow Biafrans all over the world. Good evening, my PM. This is the first time I'm speaking on a platform that you are one-on-one. If I'm not mistaken, or have I spoken before? This is the first time. I greet you and I must encourage you. The battle that you are in is not an easy battle. Ọ bụrụ m mere pịawa m azụ, onye ọbụla mere pịawa ya azụ, abịakwa abịa eme ihe ụmụnna. Ihe a nọ the battle of life and death. The battle of Biafra is the battle of life and death. Too many of us do not understand. Many people are in Europe, are in South Africa, in any developed country, telling you, oh, how do you want to fight for Biafra? Are you taking it the violent way? Oh, we don't want violence. But they are in a country which was achieved by violence. Too many of them gossiping, talking rubbish, especially that mad woman that I saw the other time talking rubbish. I listened to one space that PM appeared. The guy is in South Africa saying, oh, you want to spoil Nigeria, you want to go by violence. But the guy doesn't know that South Africa was founded on violence. When Mandela was in prison, the people of South Africa keep on fighting. So Mandela did not just go to prison and they get their freedom. The people of South Africa kept fighting. So we must know that all of these people who claim to be professor, who claim to be this and that, never mean well. None of them know history. None of them know history. And we must continue to fight. So I thank you, my Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Continue what you are doing. We are getting there. Due to what? If we are not getting to that point, there will be not gossiping. There will be not hosting to Twitter every time now they host to Twitter to tell people, oh, they want to explore your data. They want to do this. They want to do that. It is because what you are doing is that is the reason why they are gossiping everywhere. I submit. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Truth TV. That is our brother. What's that the name again, Kelly?
Emmanuel O. Remiges.
Oh, Remiges, yeah, Remiges. Thank you very much.
Remiges, thank you very much. You're doing a very good work. You're doing a very wonderful job. And just continue pushing.
Thank you, my PM.
That's a recommendation from the PM. That's the baptism of fire, Holy Ghost fire on you to go ahead and continue to dismantle the zoo. Thank you very much. I'm giving you the microphone. Claire Deems, take the microphone, please, and 60 seconds, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Van.
You're welcome.
Hello, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. You said this evening that we no longer in the era where we come out and hold our flag and the country which we say we belong to, we maul us down to death. They will kill us. And we don't do that. We Biafrans, we've learned our lesson. We know how to handle them. We no longer do that. And that is a good thing that we've done. But my question now is, when we now look at the situation of, I'm hoping and I'm praying that since we've stopped coming out in to protest, I'm hoping that same scenario will happen to our brothers and sisters, that one day their goods, their homes that is being burnt, especially in Lagos, where their businesses are burnt down, and their hope, some people, their home, and they are left with nothing, which has resulted in some people's they've got bad health to look after, and they've got nothing left. I'm hoping, like how you've said, that we no longer do that, and anybody who comes to kill us, we will kill them back. I'm hoping that the same thing will happen to our brothers and sisters, that their businesses are being lost every day. I want you to make a comment about that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have been calling them to return back home. There is no way at this point, of course, Biafran land, they are trying to make it unsafe for our people. But Biafran land remains the safest place now. That is a fact. We have only one security challenges in Biafra, which is the government-sponsored insecurity, being orchestrated by the military, by the terrorist army, police, and custom, immigration, and all that. Apart from that, we do not have any non-state actor insecurity from anywhere in the world, like you have it in other parts of Nigeria. That's one. Number two is that our people, that their businesses are being destroyed, we warn them about this. And you know, this is the first time the businesses is not being burned in the northern Nigeria. And it is a tactics that the Fulanis are using. Because what they try to do is that they know if they attack Biafrans in the north, the repercussion will be heavy down in Biafra land, because we are now prepared like never before. Now they are also using the Yorubas against us. And that's what you see playing out in Lagos, where the businesses are being burned and the houses are being destroyed. This is something that I planned many years ago, and we warned them. So those you see falling victim today are those who never believed in what we're doing. And of course, because we have the heart of God. That's why some of us are still making comment about how they are being dealt with in Lagos. Otherwise, we are not supposed to be talking about them. But because of the love we have for our people, because no matter how wicked, no matter how bad things are, when it comes to our people, collective interest, nobody in Nigeria beat us. So we show that affection, show that love, and show that empathy for them. So I am still calling on them to start packing their bags and baggages, relocating back to Biafra land. It is more safer now that some of them still have money. Because before the election, when we were telling them to return, had it been that those people that their businesses were born today sold everything or have returned home with the money they have and pack their goods and return back to Biafra land, they will still be managing till today. But you see, they stayed back, and so many of them, everything they have were destroyed. Their business is gone. They have nothing left. Many people in Lagos, what they do is they go to market, they sell every money they make will be in their shop. Some people may have 50 million in their shop, waiting for when to go to the next market. And this is happening. Some people will have those money so that they don't want to lose any opportunity, that somebody will come and say there is an opportunity to buy this and then the money is not available. So for that reason, it's not like they don't know how to do banking. They may have small money in the bank, but the biggest part of their money stays in their shop most of the times, because they don't want, when the business opportunity comes, the money, they go to bank and the network is not working. So they want to have that money somewhere that they will pay cash and the business moves on. This is one of the secrets of the business of Biafra people. So many people, their business were burnt down. Even a large amount of money were burnt, in their shops. And today they have nothing except those who have some money in the bank. So if they have relocated during the time we are giving this warning, many of them will still survive today. They will still bounce back in the southeast and south, or in other part of Nigeria where they, in the part of southeastern Nigeria where they want to relocate to. But that did not happen. So the burning of businesses of the Igbo people, of Biafra people in Lagos, they are also receiving the consequences, which I'm not going to tell you how here. But believe me, those who burned the businesses of Biafrans in Lagos will never have peace. Believe me. You see peace? They will never have peace. And this peace they will never have is increasing. What you don't know is bigger than you. Take it like this. We will make Nigeria to shit in their pants. Thank you.
Pastor Bam, I greet you. I greet our Minister of Information. And I greet our God-sent able PM. I greet you. And so our PM, and I greet all Biafrans are here today. So our PM, because today I want you, please, my question is for you to relate with this, in the fact that what is your reference to those that are concerned, or should I say paranoid, at the fact that they are uploading their data onto this referendum system to cast their vote? And why I'm asking is because people didn't seem concerned when it was time to enter your data to get your BVN or your NIN, when the Minister of Information of Nigeria was under the leadership of Pantami. So please, our PM, please, I'd like you to just give a little statement of confidence to our people, and let's just get our votes moving. Thank you very much. I greet the House.
Thank you very much. I think they should actually be concerned for having their information in the Nigeria record and their name are bearing Igbo names. Everybody who are bearing Igbo names in Nigeria is in danger. They should be more worried about that than worrying about submitting their information for Biafra referendum. You understand? Because even when they don't believe in Biafra, they are a target.
Straight.
Like many people who have been killed today, many youth who have been killed today just because they are male, just because they are youth, just because they have one hair like that, just because they have mark given to them by their parents. Many of them did not even believe in Biafra, but they are today have been killed because there is mark on their body. Where I come from, there is always a tradition of putting mark on the body of any child that is born. They put little mark in the cheek. They put little mark in the forehead. They put little mark on the back, on your chest. And today, it has become abomination under Nigeria. Once you put mark, they say you are a Biafran. So what it means is that they are fighting everything that made us who we are. From our roots. And somebody is concerned about how, you want to. The people that are saying it never believed in Biafra. These are the people who would never vote for Biafra. But if anybody believing in Biafra and at the same time being this ignorant about, my information, you are a fool. Because your name is Igbo. You have Igbo name in your document. You have Igbo name in your bank account. You have Igbo name in your NIN, whatever. You have Igbo name in everything you do in Nigeria. You are already a target. Your life is in danger for having Igbo name. Are you not aware of that? It did not start today. Even when you go to join Nigeria Army, join Nigeria Police, your name appear as an Igbo name, you are in danger. You should be more concerned that you are in Nigeria answering Igbo name than submitting your document to get your freedom. That's what I have to say to them.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my PM. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Ndubisika, then take the microphone, please. 60 seconds. The PM will answer your question.
I salute every one of us. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, my Prime Minister. Good evening, my Information Minister. Asabamba, I salute you. I greet every one of us here. If you no vote, waiting you again. In the zoo, they are just waking up. Look at the followers that our PM is getting. Under 48 hours. They are just waking up. They don't know what is going on. Is here. And it's time to make history. We will not get our freedom just like other countries get. We get our freedom in our own way. It is one man, one vote. As they popularly say, freedom is taken and not given. We take our freedom by force. We will not wait until the UN start to say something or do something for us. We are the ones dying in Biafra land, and we are the ones that we break the chains. We are the ones that we take the freedom by force. At the end of the day, UN will be forced to recognize us. This UN that everyone is talking about, that is UN is our way, is UN the one that is conducting the referendum. UN was just established in 1945, just 1945. They don't have any effect on us. Countries have started getting their independence before UN was established. UN is fantastically corrupt entity, and we don't rely on them. If you continue to rely on UN will disappoint you at the end of the day, and they will never come to your rescue. Look at what is happening in between Palestine and Israel. UN have been found to be the one sponsoring Hamas against Israel. Is that what you want for Biafra? an entity that supports Islam, an entity that supports your killing, an entity that doesn't want anything good for you? Is that what you want for your people? The answer is no. So we must all rise up to the occasion that we will be proving that we are independent on our own. We fight for freedom, and freedom we must get. It is Biafra o'clock.
Thank you, my PM, Mazi Simon Ekpa. I thank all the media team, all the ministers here present. I want to say I am actually calling from the zoo, Habeni State, to be precise. And having time to our Prime Minister, I want to go quickly to asking questions because we are having some difficult questions also from our people down here. We are trying to enlighten on the issue of the referendum. And I want to tell you, to be honest with you, many of them, personally, I have voted. And I'm showing my receipt. And we continue with the evangelism about the referendum. But my PM, quickly, I want to ask, because these are some of the questions that are popping up from our people on ground. And the question is, please, is there any way someone who is not in the government of the Biafran government in Israel, or who is not a member of the cabinet, to have access to the portal of this referendum, which will or may also give them access to who and where the person who has voted is located, including the phone number?
No. The only person that have access to the portal is myself and one other high-rank officer of the cabinet of the government in exile.
Thank you so much. This question and the answer will go a long way in solving a lot of the issues we're having here. I want to assure you that we are getting there. I also want to encourage you personally and all the media team, because we are already in the danger period. And once you are in the danger period, that is when we are getting to the zenith of anything you are doing. Just as our leader usually said, that when it gets hot, that is when the journey is coming to an end. And the hotter it becomes, the closer we get to our freedom. They are setting up many people who are going against this particular referendum, using some people who are IPOB Nigerians, you know what I mean. And I want some of our media team to quickly go to the last broadcast of Mohammed Abbas. There are some things we can use as a jingle there, where he actually said, and I quote, that where are the people who say they are protecting Nigeria, I mean Biafra land, who say they are Biafra government in exile? Where are their men? That their men are dying in numbers, that the Nigeria government are against them, pursuing them, themselves, the DOS are against them, and everybody is working against them to make sure they get them and get them killed. Those kind of a thing is supposed to be pushed to the media, so that people that their eyes have not yet opened will get open. Thank you, my PM. I want all our people to get ready for this freedom, because this is the first time a self-referendum is being mentioned, not alone being held within the Africa region. And there is a kudos to the government of Biafra. Thank you so much, Mr. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is in prison. He's in prison because of us. And thank you, our Prime Minister, who God has made to come at this particular time. You have come really on time, just at the right time. Therefore, I am seeing our freedom very, very close. And I'm sure of what I'm saying. I have been dreaming of it on a very good time of my life. And this time around, I am seeing it very, very close. Therefore, we must not relent. All our people in the diaspora, all our people within the African region and within the Biafran land, we all have to stand our ground, because the enemy are not sleeping as well. Therefore, I want to thank the government, thank Mazi Simon Ekpa, our PM. You are doing a very great work. The more the Jew cry, the more happy some of us here become. Therefore, I was the person that talked to you one particular time in your broadcast and urged you to tighten the knot And right now, I have seen that the North is not only being tightened, it is very sealed right now. And you are holding them on blockers. And you say instead of people for with them or razor or a cash up, occasionally and till the zoo die.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. And the media team, if people can look into the reference he made to the broadcast, which I don't know. But one thing I want to tell everyone here and respond to you is that I am over focused, and I'm not distracted. I'm not going to be distracted. And the issue of those who are making broadcasts and threatening Brimstone, they're attacking us, or they are doing this. They have nothing to attack us. They don't have what it takes to even attack, a small base of Biafran Liberation Army. They don't have what it takes. They can't dare to do that. They have the stand Nigeria police or army to come and attack us. So all those things are just the propaganda that the criminals are trying to use as if they don't have guns. We have the guns. Or this is this Ebento that they are using to shoot in those days when they are shooting cows in the bush. Pa, pa, pa. Is that what they are going to use to come and fight us? Forget all those things. But one thing is that I am not going to, condone or support any attack against any Biafra person. But whoever that comes to Biafra Liberation Army camp in the name of for Nigeria government, he will die there. That's all. But we are never going to raise our arms against those who are deceiving people that are fighting for Nigeria. But when they come to us, they will die. That's one thing I want to make very clear. What they are trying to do is to put us into internal, to start fighting each other. And they will say, you see, they are fighting each other. And that is the contract they have taken. So when you see them coming to Radio Biafra and start speaking like that, is to see whether I am going to react. And then say, okay, we'll kill them. We are going to go and fight them. And they will say, you see, and then by that, they distract our focus, which is on the Nigeria Terrorist Army, police, and all of them. That's what they have collected money to do. But like anybody who have come close to me, who knows me very well, I am not moved by all those nonsense because I know their capacity. They don't have any capacity. They don't have any men anywhere. So that is number one. So if they have men, we say, okay, they have men. Even if they have men, do they have gun? They don't have gun. They don't have men. What is happening now is who have the biggest and most sophisticated weapon is the person that is in the game. If you don't have it, you have nothing to offer. And as far as this Biafra liberation is concerned, the Biafra Liberation Army have overpowered Nigerian military with their more powerful firepower. So where is their firepower? The people that have contributed money for many years and there is nothing to show for it. They don't have any weapon. When we came in, there was nothing. We started building this army you see today, and today we can fight helicopter, we can fight fighter jet, we can fight gunboat, we can fight armored tank, we can destroy them, decimate them. Every day it is happening from scratch. So my brother, when they can use the whatever brokers to, do their propagate their whatever the media team are doing, but those things doesn't move. It's just for people to understand that what they are trying to do is to cause internal conflict, and then they will use it to distract us and say, oh, you see, they are fighting each other internally, and so internal Idoakanono is going to come, but not now. My focus is to get the Biafra liberated, declare it and defend it, and then internally we are going to deal with them. Another thing is that as we are doing it, if they come, they will collect. Anybody crosses any base of Biafra Liberation Army will never go back alive. Be you who, in the name of coming to attack them, you will die there. Thank you. In addition to what I have said before. And everybody should understand that before the treacherous Ejiofor was sacked, I have been exposing that idiot, that criminal, who sold Onyendu, Mazinambik. And Ejiofor single-handedly orchestrated the whole thing. And later on, the criminals in DOS joined him. So when I was exposing Ejiofor, many people who think clearly understand that I was right. And I said any day Ejiofor is out of Onyendu team, his freedom is close. And that is what is going to happen. Today, Ejiofor is out. And let me tell you, now that Ejiofor is out, you know what they were telling you before? Oh, you have to contribute money. Are you paying the lawyer? Are you the one paying the lawyers? That has been what they were using to scam those illiterate that are following them. Oh, Ekpa, what are you doing to release Onyendu? Are you the one paying lawyer? Paying which lawyer? Today, when the message of Ejiofor has been communicated to them, they knew that Ejiofor is no longer part of President the legal team. So there is no any other way to scam Biafrans. You know what they do? They rushed and start gathering boys to make video. We know how they do it, to make video and share. This is not what they have been doing for many years. They do video, shoot cow in the forest. They will go to the forest and start shooting cow. Pa, 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 pa. Yeah, ESN is here, ESN is here. They were scamming Biafrans. So they gathered, but even all those guns they were using to do all those times, they have submitted it to all the governors. When the military Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, all those guns, they surrendered all of them. And if there is any person still following them during that time, and now, still following them now, blindly, they will understand what I'm saying. That immediately they capture Onyendu, they collected all those Egbentu from all of them and submitted it to the government as a fulfillment of the agreement they had. So they don't even have that Egbentu today. So now, immediately they got that a memo from Onyendu internally. What did they do? They have to look for another means to start collecting money. That was why you see them gathering people, snapping videos, making videos, snapping pictures, and then all of a sudden they started saying ESN fund, raise money for ESN. For the past 3 years, they did not raise money for ESN because they were using the lawyer to raise money. They say, oh, you are the one, no, you are not the one paying the lawyer. So contribute money, let us pay the lawyer. Now the lawyer is not there. They don't know what to use again to say contribute money. Now they go back to, oh, there is ESN here. There is nothing like ESN anywhere. ESN has been collapsed to the Biafran Liberation Army and Biafran resistance fighters. Anybody parading himself as ESN is a criminal. And the only thing they want to do is to use them to implicate Onyendu. And that can never happen as far as I'm concerned. So now they are trying to start raising funds using the ESN because the lawyer, paying the lawyer is no longer there. The Ejiofor has been sacked. It is official. So it's no longer, oh, we are paying lawyer, they want to do this. Now they want to use it for ESN that doesn't exist anywhere. So what they do now, all the people you see now are people doing kidnapping for them. Like many of them who have been arrested, they confessed of doing kidnapping for China Sanworo, this idiot, this criminal in Kuwait. And nobody has, have you seen where Nigeria government or police, mentioned his name anywhere? Including where his name was mentioned from one Ejima kidnapper. Did you hear anybody calling Chinasa name in any way? Because he was in agreement with all of them after immediately they said to stop Biafra. Now they have struggled to stop Biafra. They did not succeed. So they still gather boys, promising the government that they are going to use those boys to fight Biafra Liberation Army. And I just wonder how they want to do that kind of thing. Because if they try, at the end of the day, try to provoke us, but it will never going to happen. We will not give them that opportunity until we have declared Biafra and restored Biafra. Then I have to say, like I said in my State of the Union address, that the army of Congo will be eliminated. Thank you.